Hello. Today, let's talk about one type of critical reasoning questions which is called resolve the paradox. A very interesting set of questions is this resolve the paradox. What happens is that the paper setter or the author, he lays the premise, the additional premise, the counter premise and the conclusion in such a way that the conclusion is not the most obvious thing here. What happens is that there will be a part of a sentence which will be given, a part of a paragraph. Once you start reading the paragraph, there will be a notion that will get formed which will go against the conclusion. Suddenly there will be a conclusion which will go in a tangential direction and we'll have to resolve the paradox. Just a small example could be things like, I am able to play cricket and play well in just 1 out of 10 innings. I'm still the captain of my team. Go sit and resolve the paradox. You might need to find out 10 different kind of examples or reasons to figure out why am I, because resolving the paradox means assuming that the author is right and giving him a lot of examples to prove that he is right. That is resolving the paradox. The questions seem like this, that which of the following, if true, helps resolve the apparent paradox, or which of the following, if true, helps to explain the discrepancy mentioned above, or which of the following best explains the contrast described above. All these talk about resolving the paradox. Let's consider one example. Cigarette companies claim that manufacturing both low and high nicotine cigarettes allows smokers to choose how much nicotine they want. However, a recent study has shown that the levels of nicotine found in the blood of smokers who smoke 1 pack of cigarettes per day are identical at the end of a day's worth of smoking, whatever the level of nicotine in the cigarettes they smoke. Visible paradox. The companies are talking about a consumer deciding how much nicotine he wants, but at the end of the day, when you survey the level of nicotine in the blood for everybody, whatever the nicotine level he takes in, the level found is the same. We need to explain how is the paradox to be resolved. If we consider the options, option E talks about when taking in nicotine by smoking cigarettes is discontinued, the level of nicotine decreases. Does it help me conclude on what really happened when different nicotine levels were injected? No, it does not. Lame reason does not help me with the conclusion. E is eliminated. We talk about B. Smokers of the lowest nicotine cigarettes available generally smoke more cigarettes per day than smokers of high nicotine cigarettes. Lower one smoking more, higher one smoking less. But what is the reason that both of them have the same level is not helped by this option. Gets eliminated. Option D. The level of tar in cigarettes is higher in low nicotine cigarettes than it is in some high nicotine cigarettes. So, still does not help me why. What is the paradox? No conclusion, no help to it. Option C. Most nicotine is absorbed into the blood of a smoker even if it is delivered in smaller quantities. Does that still mean everybody will have equal amounts? No, does not help. Option A. Blood cannot absorb more nicotine per day than that found in the smoke from a package of the lowest nicotine cigarettes available. Oh, here the option is very smart. The problem we are trying to resolve is that somebody who is smoking lesser nicotine level cigarettes still has the same blood nicotine level. Somebody smoking higher intake is still having the same level. We put it on blood by saying blood cannot absorb more than this. This is resolving the paradox. This is what we are looking forward to. Here the paradox was visible. We go ahead, try one more question. Industry experts expect improvements in job safety training to lead to safer work environments. Safe statement. Industry experts expect improvements in job safety training to lead to safer work environments. A recent survey indicated that for manufacturers who improved job safety training during the 80s, the number of on-the-job accidents tended to increase in the months immediately following the changes. Weird. As I told you, while reading a paradox question, what really happens is that when you start off, a recent survey indicated that manufacturers who improved the job safety, greater number of accidents were recorded. We'll have to find one option which will help us resolve this paradox. The question, which one of the following, if true, most helps to resolve the apparent discrepancy? Let's look at the options. First one, a similar survey found that the number of on-the-job accidents remained constant after job safety training in the transportation sector. We are talking about not about the transportation but the manufacturing sector. Improper generalization will not fit in. Option B, manufacturers tend to improve their job safety training only when they are increasing the size of the workforce. We might be forced to think. Say for example, today I have a small team of 20 people. Tomorrow I have a team of 800 people. Out of these 20 people, I give training to 10 people. Out of 800 people, I am giving trainings to 30 people. This question is talking about more number of people getting trained. Yes, it is true. But previously only 10 were untrained. Now it is 750 plus people who are untrained. The accidents will obviously go higher. This helps us resolve the paradox that more number of people are getting trained, but greater number of accidents have been recorded. This is the option we are searching for. Still too early to conclude. Let's read whether there is a better option or not. Option third, manufacturers tend to improve job safety training only after they've noticed that the number of job accidents has increased, does not give us a conclusory note. Out. Option D, it is likely that the increase in the number of on-the-job accidents experienced by many companies was not merely a random fluctuation. This is saying there is no correlation, will not help us resolve the paradox. Option D is out. Option E, significant safety measures such as protective equipment and government safety inspections were in place well before the improvements in job safety training. We still don't know why the number of trainings increased and the accidents increased, and this option is not helping us. We'll fall back to the one that we had parked, which is option B, which is the right answer here. While looking at these kind of questions like resolving the paradox, before looking at the options, try to build an argument for yourself. It will be easier to find the right option then. Best of luck.